I was only 8 years old the night something happened that has stayed in the back of my mind for my entire life. It was one of those quiet evenings where everything feels normal, almost too normal. I was sitting alone in our living room, curled up on the old sofa, watching Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on our ancient, boxy TV. I remember the exact moment down to the second, because that's when everything changed. Harry was down in that eerie underground chamber, face to face with Tom Riddle. Even at 8 years old, that scene always gave me chills. I was so locked into the movie that the sudden blast of our doorbell hitting the silence felt like someone had grabbed my heart and squeezed. It was loud, way louder than usual, and it made my whole body jump. My parents had drilled one rule into me over and over again. Never open the door when you're home alone, ever. First look through the front window. Always. So I paused the movie and walked toward the front window with that nervous, shaky feeling only kids know when you're scared but trying not to show it. I pushed the curtain aside just a sliver. A man was standing on our porch, a man I had never seen before in my life. He wasn't the mailman. He wasn't a neighbor. He wasn't a repair guy. He was nobody familiar. And the way he reacted when he noticed my tiny eyes peeking through the curtains made it worse. He smiled. A big, friendly, unnatural smile. And then he waved at me. That smile wasn't comforting, it was wrong. Completely wrong. I dropped the curtain instantly and backed away from the window. Something inside me, something instinctive, told me this wasn't right. I went straight to find my grandmother, who lived with us at the time. She had survived things most people never talk about. She had once been robbed in her own home years before. Ever since then, she didn't play around with strangers. I found her quickly and blurted out, "There was a man at the door. I don't know him." She didn't ask questions. She didn't hesitate. She didn't even blink. She left whatever she was doing and walked straight to the front door, but like someone who had lived through real fear. She stayed smart. She didn't unlock it, didn't even touch it. She spoke through the closed door, her voice sharp and solid. "What do you want? Why are you here?" The man responded cheerfully, as if we were old friends. "Oh, hi. I'm here to look at your house. I saw the for sale sign out front. I'd love to come in and take a look." My grandmother froze. I froze. There was no for sale sign. None. Not now, not recently. Not even accidentally left behind. He was lying, and he wasn't even trying to make it sound believable. My grandmother kept her voice steady. "There is no for sale sign." But the man insisted. Friendly tone, confident words, like he was absolutely sure we were the ones who were confused. For a full minute they went back and forth, him trying to convince her that our home was for sale, her refusing to unlock that door. The strange part was how calmly he acted, as if he believed he had every right to walk into our home. If you didn't know better, you'd think he was the homeowner and we were the confused strangers. But my grandmother wasn't a woman you could push. Her patience snapped. "If you don't leave right now," she said coldly, "I'm calling the police." The change was instant. The man fell silent, completely silent. Then we heard footsteps, quick, heavy, rushing away from our porch. We peeked out the window just in time to see him speed walk to his truck and drive away fast. Too fast. Later that evening, when my parents came home, my grandmother told them everything. She described the man in detail. She told them what he said, how he acted, the way he demanded to see the house. My parents' faces went pale. They had no idea who he was. Nobody matched his description. Nobody in the neighborhood, nobody from anywhere. And they confirmed it again. Our house was absolutely not for sale. Back then, the only times it had ever been on the market were when my parents first bought it, and again briefly 2 years earlier. But now, no sign, no listing, nothing. So why was he there? Why lie so confidently? Why insist on coming inside? I was just a kid, but even at 8, I knew something was terribly, terribly wrong. Now that I'm older, I understand the truth I couldn't process back then. That man didn't want to buy our home. He wasn't confused. He wasn't mistaken. He wasn't friendly. He was looking for a way inside. And if my grandmother hadn't been home, if I had been alone, if I had opened that door because of his fake smile, I don't want to imagine what might have happened. Every once in a while, I still think about it. That smile, that wave, that lie, and how one woman's instincts probably saved our lives. If you want more terrifying true encounters like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. You never know what's watching from the other side of your door.